Hey guys, welcome back to part 3 of the Firestore tutorial. In the last video we set up our Firestore database and created our very first document in our very first collection. And in this video we want to load the values of this document back into our app and display them there. And there are two different ways to get our data from the Firestore database. We can either set a listener which will fetch our data in real time as soon as something changes in our document, or we can retrieve our data by calling a method, for example when we click a button. In this video we will do the latter and implement a real-time listener in the future parts. So let's start by making some slight changes to our activity main.xml file. Here we want to add a second button which will say load, and below this we will put a text viewer where we will then display the values from our document. So we simply copy the save button here, paste it below. We change the method call to load node and the text to load. We can ignore this warning for now, and below we put a text view, opening angle bracket text view, wrap content width and height. Let's increase the text size a bit to 20 sp, and we give this text view an ID so we can find it later in Java code. And we call it text underscore view underscore data. And that's already it for the changes in our layout. Now let's switch over to our main activity Java file. Now below our save node method here, we create our public void load node method, and it has to take a view v as well. Now in here we need a reference to the same document in the same collection, and we can either type this again, or instead we can create a reference to this document as a member variable and then just reuse it. So we go up in our main activity and put it below our Firestore reference. We create a private document reference. Let's call it noderef equals, then we take our Firestore reference db dot collection. Here we pass our collection name, which is notebook dot document, and our document name my first node semicolon. Now instead of calling this everywhere, we can just use this noderef directly. And of course there is not only a document reference but also a collection reference. So you can really build this reference the way you want. Now as I already mentioned in the previous video, we can also make this shorter. Instead of calling .collection.document, we can instead call .document directly and pass notebook / myfirstnode, which will create a reference to the myfirstnode document in the notebook collection. So even though we didn't call .collection explicitly, it will go into this notebook collection. Okay, and now instead of calling db.collection.document.z, we delete everything but the .z and change it for noderef.z. This way we have less duplicate code. And now let's go into our load node method here. Instead of calling noderef.z, when we want to save something, we call noderef.get. Pretty straightforward. And to get the values out of this get request, we call .add OnSuccessListener, the same as we did on our set method. And again we pass a new OnSuccessListener. Let's also add an OnFailure listener again, new OnFailure listener, and close this here with a semicolon. And this document snapshot here contains all our data, as long as the document in this reference exists. So we can check if it exists with if DocumentSnapshot.exists, which is pretty self-explaining. Before we take care of the if part, we write else. If this document does not exist, for example if we made a typo in the document reference, we will show a toast message, which will simply say document does not exist. And in the if part, we simply want to get our values out of this document and show it in our text view. For this, of course, we first need a reference to our text view. So we go all the way up. Below our edit text here, we create another member variable, private text view. We call it text view data. Then we assign it in onCreate, text view data equals find view by ID, text view data. Okay, back down into our load node method. In there we save the title and the description. So we create a string title equals, and then we take this document snapshot and call .getString. And here we have to pass the key, which was our key underscore title. The same for our description. And this will get these values out of this document directly. Instead of doing this way, we can also recreate our whole map as we saved it into our document. For this we could create a map, the same way as we did it when we saved our values. String object, we can call it node again, equals, and then we call DocumentSnapshot.getData. And as you can see, this returns a map of type string object. But I comment this out because we do it the first way in this example. And now we have our values and we simply have to set them to our text view. Text view data.setText. Here I'm gonna write title colon space plus our title string plus a line break plus description colon space plus our description. We simply want to display them in our text view. Let's also do something when we have an error in our OnFailure method here. We will show a toast message again, which will say error. And we will also show a log message again, so we see what went wrong. Logd. And again we call e.toString. And that's already it. Let's test it. First I'm gonna load the values from the last video. This is my first title, this is my first description. Let's change this. New title and new description. Save, node saved, load, and it works. And of course these values are also updated in our Firestore database. Okay, that's it for part 2. In the next video we will then learn how to fetch this data in real time. So make sure to subscribe to the channel to not miss that, and if this video was helpful, please leave a like. Take care.